will be no foolish wand-waving or silly incantations in this class. As such, I don't expect many of you to appreciate the subtle science and exact art that is potion-making. However, for those select few who possess the predisposition, I can teach you how to bewitch the mind and ensnare the senses. I can tell you how to bottle fame, brew glory, and even put a stopper in death. Mr. Potter, our new celebrity. Tell me, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood? You don't know? Well, let's try again. Where, Mr. Potter, would you look if I asked you to find me a bezoar?
I don't know, sir.
And what is the difference between monkshood and wolfbane?
I don't know, sir.
Pity. Clearly, fame isn't everything, is it, Mr. Potter? For your information, Potter, asphodel and wormwood make a sleeping potion so powerful it is known as the draught of the living dead. A bezoar is a stone taken from the stomach of a goat, and it will save you from most poisons. As for monkshood and wolfbane, they are the same plant, which also goes by the name of aconite. Well, why aren't you all copying this down?
Hey there, LEGO fans and Potterheads. I'm the lawyer in the LEGO Shed, and this is the 15th in a series of videos I will be making as I build my way through the magical world of LEGO Harry Potter. I've been collecting the Harry Potter LEGO line since it started back in 2001 with the release of the very first movie, and for this video series, I'll be building the sets that have been released as part of the more recent waves of Harry Potter LEGO, starting in 2018 and stopping with the 2023 releases. My plan is to go in movie order, so without further ado, let's get started. Today we're covering one of the first Hogwarts Moment sets that was released with the Harry Potter LEGO line. This is set number 76383. It's the Hogwarts Moment Potions class. And just so that everyone knows, I'm in trying to do this in movie order, it has been a little difficult because there are times like this one where it's a little unclear as to when this exact moment happens. First, the minifig that we get here, Seamus Finnegan, one of the two, his face gets burned in a potions class in movie 6, not in one of the first two movies. But the youthful faces and the short legs from these particular, or this particular set definitely indicate that it's more movie 1 or movie 2. So with the youthful face, short legs, and with the fact that the chalkboard actually has a reference to the questions that Snape is asking Harry in the clip that we just saw, the powdered root of asphodel, which I'll show a real life picture of alongside our chalkboard. And then if you look at the infusion of wormwood, here's a real life picture of what wormwood looks like. And then again, the picture from the chalkboard. On balance, I think this is one that seems to be putting us solidly in movie 1. So that's the placement that we're going to go with here. Some quick historical context. This set was released in 2021 with 271 pieces and 3 different minifigs. This particular sub thing was interesting and welcome, as it was one of the few times that we'd had a brick-built item from the Harry Potter universe. The first time that we ever got a brick-built item was actually set number 30628, the Monster Book of Monsters. That was a gift of purchase released the year before this wave of Hogwarts Moment sets. And it was the first wave of Hogwarts Moment sets that ultimately were based on the 4 different houses of the of Hogwarts. So definitely a fun little nod there. And then obviously the courses taught by each of the heads of houses. So let's just do a quick tour of Snape's classroom here. You can see this great book piece is wonderful with this nice front printing, and then the same kind of detailing so that it looks like a book on the back. This guy then opens up, and you can see the inside with some nice big stickers here that let us kind of really get a sense for the classroom itself. I'm going to change my angle here so you can see just a little bit better. There we go. And then we can take apart all these different components and really kind of set up a nice classroom. There's that chalkboard that we were looking at pictures of earlier. So just a really nice way of kind of making this a fun little play set. So now that we've got all of our little components there, which now hopefully you can see a little bit better, then we can actually open up the entire space as well. These little folds then reveal even more stickers, which I'll just kind of hold this up here so that everybody can see. Some kind of great elements there. Little printed potions rack along with a real life one, and then some stickers to really make the space feel appropriately utilized. So great little set all contained in this little book. Snape's classroom has actually been depicted just a handful of times before. First was in 4705, part of the very first wave of Harry Potter Lego. And you can actually see that this set and the system that was used by that first wave is definitely the inspiration for the 2021 to 2023 releases, as individual sets could then be combined into one Hogwarts castle. Notably, this does not really have much of a resemblance to the classroom itself, the one that we end up seeing in the movies. But it's still definitely worth acknowledging that that was the first time that we saw Snape's classroom depicted. In 71043, the microscale version of Hogwarts, we then see the Snape's classroom again. This and later versions of the classroom are all really based upon how Snape's classroom appears in later films like Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince. As we can see from the clip that we just saw, this whole kind of like detailing, particularly with the, yeah, there we go, with the kind of like archway printing and everything, that really isn't present when we look at the detailing that was from that first movie. They appear to actually have some windows that give sunlight, so definitely not quite the vibe of even this set. Then we have 75953, which is part of the 2018 to 2022, or excuse me, 2020 releases. That's a set that we're going to cover later in this series. So what I really loved about this whole set itself was the book concept and the display and playability. Obviously the pull apart makes it really fun for folks that really want to engage with the set in that way. But obviously for me as an adult collector, it was way more fun to just be able to display it just like this so that it looks like a series of books together, which when we've gone through all of those Hogwarts moments, I'll have them all lined up so we can kind of see them all together. I think the minifig selection was also really great here. We got a great image of Seamus, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then, of course, I think the detail on the stickers really help. I'm not the biggest fan of stickers in general, but I understand their practicality and why they need to be used. But really great way to, put us and cement us really in this space by giving us those sticker options. Things that I didn't love is that the interior is not that easily incorporated into other waves between 2018 and 2023. So if I wanted to put this into my Hogwarts castle, it's not really viable to do that. So that was kind of tough. The other thing, and this is a true thing of all of the Hogwarts moments, the minifigs that you get don't actually fit into the book. So you're kind of stuck with having your loose minifigs and then you can't put them in with the playset. So kind of a missed opportunity there. But overall, definitely a really fun kind of concept for the set. Let's talk about our minifigs here. First, we're going to go with Draco and Seamus, our two students that were given. It appears very much that the goal here was to make sure that you got a Gryffindor person in every set and you got a person from the individual house, which I thought was a great idea. I've got Seamus here with his little burnt face, which I think is one of the best recurring jokes in the whole series, but super fun that we got one for him, even though this isn't accurate for the scene. And then, of course, Malfoy with his characteristic sneer. Great little minifig there. One other little component I liked, even though our books don't have printing or a sticker on them, they do have printed tiles that are relevant to each of the individual course subjects. So this printing tile has a little cauldron on it, which I thought was really fun. And then, of course, we've got our Potions Master, Severus Snape, looking great in his outfit. Each character has a dual printed face, obviously the best being Seamus. The other folks, they do come in other sets, so they're not necessarily unique here. But all three, I think, were successful, and it's nice to finally have a set, or to not finally, but to have a set without Harry being present. So Overall, I think this is a good set and a great concept. I love that we went after all 4 houses and focused on the subjects taught by those teachers, this one being the first, obviously. I think they look great on display in an adult collection all folded up, and they do have a play factor for those that want that. And that's it for 76383. If you are interested in following along on this journey, please feel free to follow the account. And if there's anything else that you think I should be covering in these reviews, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know. Thanks so much, and have an awesome day.